publisher of Los Angeles Confidential magazine, Allison Miller, and the CEO of Hamilton Watch, Sylvan Dalla.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 9th Annual Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards. Sylvan, it's always so great to have you back in Los Angeles, and of course to be here celebrating the many amazing behind the camera talents tonight. I know it's a big milestone year for you. I think now over, 450 films Hamilton has supported over 55 years. What can we expect? Yes, exactly, 450 films.
Thank you.
What can we expect ahead?
Well, thanks, Alison. Thanks to LA Confidential for organizing this great event. I'm very happy, very honored to have you all in this room. As you mentioned, Hamilton has been in more than 450 movies. Men in Black, for example, or Blue Hawaii with Elvis, to name just a few. But we also had the opportunity and the honor to create props for movies, like Stanley Kubrick mandated us to create the watch for Space Odyssey 2001. And more recently, we did the Murph watch in the great movie Interstellar, which was playing a key role. So during all this year, we had the occasion to understand better how it's going behind the scene and to realize how important the off-screen talents were to make a movie great. And that's why, 10 years ago, we decided to create this event to honor the off-screen talents. And I'm very happy because the event is growing every year. And I would like to thank you all, the one that came from the US, from Canada, from Asia. We have a lot of people from Korea, from Japan, for example, and also the people that came from Europe, the journalists that came from Europe, to honor the off-screen talent tonight. So thank you all, and let's have a quick view on the recent Behind the Camera Award. Thank you.
As an actor, I would be nowhere if it wasn't for directors, cinematographers, props departments, costumes, music.
There's so much that goes on making a movie, and most of the folks who contribute that are behind the camera, so it's an honor to honor them as well.
All the people that have worked in film, and they've been unsung for so long. They work so hard, and it is beautiful that they're doing this.
I know, they're sort of like the unsung heroes, which in reality, without them, we would not be able to watch movies.
That's really exciting that they are rewarded. And I'm really excited that the Hamilton Awards have decided to acknowledge them.
Anne Hathaway, along with Ryan Phillippe and Evan Rachel Wood, were among the presenters at Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards.
Wir berichten heute in einer Sonderausgabe vom Behind the Camera Awards.
Prestigioso Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards di Los Angeles.
I think the Hamilton Award is really important because so many times as an actor we sort of take all the glory, but it takes a village.
It really takes the effort of an army of artists and technicians and a lot of people working behind the scenes to bring all these characters and these rich different worlds to life.
Thank you to the Hamilton Awards.
Thank you to Hamilton for this wonderful, wonderful honor tonight and for everything that they do for those behind the camera.
Our host tonight has no shortage of credits. She started off on Broadway and has been in films such as Mission Impossible 3, We Were Soldiers, and many, many others. Lately, she's been winning our hearts as the former First Lady in ABC's award-winning Scandal. She also serves as the national spokesperson for the Humane Society in her real life, and also last year she graced us with her beautiful voice in her debut album, Far Away, So Close. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome your host and MC for this evening, the beautiful and talented Bellamy Young.
everyone. How are you? Yeah, okay, I like it. Little sass. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Sylvan. It is an honor that LA Confidential Magazine and Hamilton Watch have asked me to host the 9th annual Behind the Camera Awards here at the marvelous Exchange LA. Has anybody been here before? Oh, okay, I know, I hear you. As Allison and Sylvan said, tonight we are honoring the brilliant people behind the camera that aren't recognized nearly as often as they should be. Without them, our films would be seriously lacking, as in we would have no films. So all of tonight's honorees have raised the bar in creativity and are moving film in an inspiring and invigorating direction. In short, we are all better because of them. All right, we've got awards to give out, people to honor, a couple of performances, an after party, and an historic election day on our horizon. So let's stop the chit-chat and get to it. Craig Hammack has supremely filled the roles of technical director, digital artist, and CG supervisor. But he jumped over to being visual effects supervisor and gave us films like Red Tails and Tomorrowland. Now let's see how his realistic visual effects made an impact with the film Deepwater Horizon.
Where are you headed today?
Deepwater Horizon.
Actors are always the ones in front of the camera with the glitz and the glam. But, you know, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the people behind the camera.
Yes, I have a Hamilton watch, and I love it. It's just classic, beautiful watch.
To be behind the scenes and to work as hard as he does, it's really nice to be able to bring attention and bring him to the forefront.
As an actor, I would be nowhere if it wasn't for directors, cinematographers, props departments, costumes, music. Those are all the pieces that kind of come together to make any production. So to be here honoring those people is very special for me.
Hamilton has done something that most corporations don't do. Most corporations are interested in greed. What Hamilton decided to do was to take some degree of corporate responsibility and actually give something back on their own. And I am very grateful to them for honoring the people who never get honored, while we get showered with too many honors, quite frankly.
I'm delighted to be here tonight to thank the people who make.
Here to present the award for Visual Effects Supervisor is Deepwater Horizon's lead actor and producer, Mark Wahlberg, and the director, Peter Berg.
Deepwater Horizon is based on a true story, and as the director, I wanted to focus on honoring the men and women who died, along with the brave men. So it's really cool because they put the teleprompter up on the ceiling. So, I mean, it was horrifying, Craig. I'm sorry, I could go off the cuff. Because this man is one of the most talented human beings who made us look so good every day, who quietly, like a stoic professional. I was a nervous wreck every day. I'd be like, Craig, is it going to work? And he would just very quietly and stoically said it would, and he didn't lie.
I'll read it from right here. Yes, Craig, you did a masterful job, and it's an honor for both of us to present you with the Hamilton Visual Effects Supervisor Award, and well-deserved, buddy. Congratulations.
Come on up.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you guys for the kind words, first of all, and for coming out. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. The reality is on a film like this that it's really more about the actors portraying the story than the visual effects. Without the great performances by Mark and the other cast and the leadership of Pete, the effects would really have very little impact. When you get the opportunity to work on a project where you daily interact with the people who were involved in that tragedy, it quickly becomes less of a job and more of an honor and a responsibility to get it right. Hopefully we did justice to the story and to the individuals and families that went through that catastrophe. And for my part, these effects don't really just show up in post. They require tremendous amounts of collaboration between every department on a set and a great crew, and we had both. So I want to thank them for all the help and patience through a difficult and very challenging shoot. I'd also like to thank Lionsgate for having the courage to bring this important subject to the screen, and the Hamilton Awards for having this. And I'd like to, on behalf of the hundreds of artists back at ILM and across the world that contributed to this, accept this honor. And before I give up this spotlight, I'd like to thank someone who's sat through all the long nights and the months and months away and raised two wonderful and beautiful daughters of ours while I was off traveling the world eating exotic craft services. My beautiful wife, Robin, thank you. And thank you.
Award-winning production designer Patrice Vermette has wowed us with too many fantastic projects to name. He is so good that art exhibits actually display elements from some of his films, such as Crazy and the historical drama The Young Victoria, which also honored him with an Oscar nod. He's worked with director Denis Villeneuve on Enemy, Prisoner, and last year's hit Sicario. Now collaborating with Denis for a fourth time, Patrice is giving us a chance to see another world and another story in Arrival.
It's Michael Yo. We are backstage at the Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards. Now, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to leave a comment for one of these big celebrities coming through, all you got to do is leave the comment below. But I am here right now with the CEO of Hamilton, Sylvain. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Now, what made you guys want to honor the people behind the cameras for this award show?
Well, actually, for more than 50 years, Hamilton has partnered with filmmakers, and we provide them watches for the movies, like Elvis in Blue Hawaii, Men in Black, I mean, just to quote a few. And we also created accessories, props for them, like for Stanley Kubrick's Space Odyssey 2001, we created a watch, a concept watch, and also for Interstellar. So working with so many talented people, we realized how important they were to make a movie great. And that's why we wanted to create an event to award the off-screen talents and to pay tribute to their great work, which we did 10 years ago, and it continues to grow every year now.
How's it feel to see like Amy Adams show up, Denzel Washington show up, Mark Wahlberg, who just just gave out an award? How's that make you feel?
Well, we're very honored, and I'm glad that they are here to honor their off-screen talents that work with them all year long on the movie, so it's great.
All right, now we're going to be backstage all night long. If you want to leave a comment for one of the artists or honorees, please leave it on Facebook or on the YouTube page right now. We'll see you soon. Okay, also coming up, this is a great award show because also what we're doing is so many celebs are popping through. We'll see you soon.
Stars of Arrival, Amy Adams.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here this evening. Hello. Visually guiding us through a mysterious life form invasion is a daunting task. Top that off with two species not being able to understand one another, and then you really have to rely on the visuals to communicate the story. But making that look easy, Patrice Vermette does exactly that in creating the mystifying, at times scary, and yet somehow beautiful world in Arrival. Patrice, I am thrilled to present you with this very well-deserved Hamilton Production Designer Award. Please welcome Patrice. Where's Patrice? Oh, here he is. I was like, oh no.
Wow, this is cool. Thank you, Hamilton. Thank you, Amy, for being here to present this award to me. And making a movie is it's about team. It's a huge team effort. And a movie is only as strong as its weakest link. And I think on this movie, everybody put their A game together, and I'm super proud of this movie. First of all, I would like to thank Denis Villeneuve, the captain of the ship. Bradford Young, our amazing cinematographer, who photographed the sets and made them come to life. Our actors, Jeremy, Forrest, Amy, here, and Ted Chiang for this his so inspiring short story. One of our producers and also screenwriter, Eric Heiserer. And Paramount Pictures, obviously, 21 Laps, Film Nation, Lava Bear, and our producers who had the guts to hire Denis and I and Bradford, who had never worked on any science fiction movie ever, and that took balls to do that. So Aaron Ryder, Dan Levine, David Lindy, Sean Levy, Dan Cohen, Karen Lunder, Glenn Basner, Mike Jackman, Stan Wachowski, Terry Metzger, Milan Popelka, and I would also like to thank my team, basically Paul Hutt, my set decorator, Isabelle Gay, my wonderful supervising art director, and also Martine Bertrand, who's right here, is my wife, who designed that beautiful alien language, the logograms, with Aaron Morrison, my graphic designer, and also Craig Bernstein, my agent at UTA. Thank you so much. Thank you. Where do I go? I go down?
He is many things, including the president of the Argentinian Academy of Motion Pictures and a producer. He's worked with renowned directors on more than 60 feature films, including the Oscar-winning The Secret in Their Eyes and the Oscar-nominated Wild Tales. He is Axel Kushevsky, and he has produced one of the most anticipated foreign films of the year, Neruda. Here's a taste of it.
Backstage at the Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards. It's such a great event. It's the 9th year of this award, and basically it honors the people behind the camera. I've worked for The Insider on CBS, and there's hundreds of people that help make that show go. Can you imagine how many people it takes to make a movie? And tonight we're honoring some of those people. Huge A-list actors are coming out to honor people they work with, which I think is awesome. Just some of the names that's coming by. Mark Wahlberg already presented, Amy Adams, you just saw, Denzel Washington, John Legend, Natalie Portman. And some of these movies, what's amazing about these movies is that a lot of them are already getting Oscar buzz, and you'll see them live on the stream right now. And also, if you have any questions for any of these celebrities, all you gotta do is leave a comment on the Facebook. I know you're watching on Facebook Live. We see all the likes on there. Also on YouTube, you can watch it as well. This is such a great event. It is all about honoring people behind the camera. Some of the movies, you're going to see some stuff from Arrival. You got Passengers. I saw the trailer for Loving. It is so amazing. And I'm excited about Fences. Denzel Washington's, Viola Davis's brand new movie, Fences. It's going to be amazing. Leave your comment on Facebook Live or YouTube, and we will ask the celebrity those. It is all about people behind the camera. And also, make sure you check out Hamilton. Beautiful, beautiful watches. It's amazing. We'll see you soon with another celeb. Getting your question right now. We are behind.
Film Award is Oscar-nominated director Peter Bogdanovich.
Those steps are a little hairy. Knowing Axel, it was clear that he believed in Neruda from the very beginning, as he does in all his films. It's not often we see films about a real-life Chilean poet being exiled by the government and in turn being creatively inspired by the investigator tracking him down. But I'm so happy the world is finally seeing one now. And this is largely due to Axel being an impeccable producer. I'm working with him on my next picture, in fact. I'm very lucky. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Axel Kushavatsky to accept this year's Hamilton Foreign Film Award.
Thank you, Hamilton. I'm going to do a subtle trick. I'm going to do like I'm not reading the teleprompter. Okay, thank you for your kind words, Peter. I'm overacting, actually. Neruda was directed by one of the greatest filmmakers of our time, Pablo Larraín. Besides Neruda, Pablo the River, another terrific film this year, a certain movie about the First Lady starring Natalie Portman. I guess you heard about that little feature too, don't you? Yeah. Okay, certainly Pablo is the future of filmmaking. Only a genius can offer you not one, but two masterpieces in one single year. I gladly accept this on his behalf. I've been lucky enough to be a part of an amazing team led by Pablo and his brother Juan de Dios, which is possibly my favorite producer in the world. We have an amazing cast and a lovely crew. I also want to thank the companies behind the movie, Fabula, Setembro, Participant, Funny Balloons, Azeta Films, Reborn, and my home, Telefe. And of course, our American distribution company, The Orchard. Listen, this movie was made with the joint effort of 5 countries. Chile, France, Argentina, the US, and Spain. It's huge, huge. You had to see it in a big screen. I bet you'll love it. Thank you for your time, and I hope you like it. Thanks.
Nope. Yes. When someone is an artist with exhibitions all over the world, and when that same person is a graphic artist designing album covers for bands like, the Beastie Boys and Sonic Youth, you know that that person probably has something to say. So it's no wonder that Mike Mills, having all these different artistic paths, is also an acclaimed filmmaker. Tonight, we are honoring him in the screenwriting corner of our little filmmaking world. He directed and wrote his independent films, Beginners and Thumbsucker, and now he's back with another complex, heart-stirring film called 20th Century Women.
Jamie, would you please wake up Abby?
Hello, welcome. We are backstage right now, behind the camera awards, and we're here with Peter. Now, what brings you out tonight?
I presented an award to Axel Kushavatsky, who's right over there.
Who's right over? Come on.
It came as a surprise.
Was it a surprise?
Yeah, nobody knew that I was coming in.
Now, how's it?
I didn't even know.
Like, right, everything is, we're backstage. This is live, so it's fun. We're live all over the world right now.
Oh my God! All right.
Yeah. Now,
hello, everybody.
What made you come out tonight?
Axel.
Really? You made him come out?
He made me come out. But he, the fact that he was getting the award and I was going to present it, seemed nice because I think he's a terrific producer, and he's producing my next picture. So I mean, it was all very nice.
Well, let's talk about that next picture. What is it?
It's called Wait for Me.
Okay.
And it's a comedy, drama, fantasy because there's 6 ghosts in it.
Oh, okay. What makes him so phenomenal at what he does?
He's intelligent. He's hardworking. He's thorough, and he's very encouraging. That's all great attributes for a producer.
And how's it feel?
Rare, I must say.
And he still has more. Look at this. And how's it feel to receive an award from this guy right here?
For starters, my self-esteem, it's up there.
It should be.
So, yeah, being from South America, it's quite an issue, Peter has been one of my heroes forever. He is a warm, a charming guy. He knows about movies more than anyone else on earth. So being close to Peter and becoming a friend has been one of the highlights of, I would say, the last 40 years.
All right. Well,
let's say I'm 40.
All right, we got to toss it back. We're live backstage.
Having worked with Mike Mills and beginners, please welcome Ewan McGregor to present the Screenwriting Award.
Thank you very much. Good evening, how are you? Mike. I'll never forget reading Beginners for the first time, opening that script and reading Mike Mills' beautiful poetic words. 20th Century Women is one of those stories that deeply connects us as a human race. Mike sets his story in the summer of 1979, following 3 generations of women in a time of cultural shift and rebellion. He celebrates these women by writing them as dynamic and complex characters, something that we so desperately need more of in today's films. He's not only writing a story, he's writing a movement and urging us to do better, to engage with one another, to remember what's important. And that's why I'm so thrilled to present the Hamilton Screenwriting Award to my friend, Mike Mills.
First, thank you, my love. Just the sweetest person you're ever going to meet on the earth. This is such a wonderful award to get, and also just such a neat evening to celebrate the crews. Crews really are the people that make films and give it life and blood and put their heart and souls into it, and are so unacknowledged. So this is a really beautiful thing. And my script wouldn't be what it was without the actors. You just saw a scene with a whole lot of improvising, which is a whole lot of the intelligence and soul of the actors. And my crew is such a beautiful group of people who made this. I think my script had like 315 scenes that we did somehow in 35 days because they all believed in it and they made it happen. So thanks to them, and thanks to Annette and Greta and Elle and Billy and Lucas who made it come to life. And thanks so much to Anna Perna and Chelsea Bernard and Megan Ellison for like believing in this. And to Ann Carey, who listened to me tell the story endlessly since like 2011, I think. So, really sweet night, you all. Thank you very much. Thanks, Ewan.
After the director says, that's a wrap, the sets are cleared, the costumes are hung, and everybody makes sure to stuff their bags full of cookies and sandwiches from Crafty. But after that, well, the work continues. The editor is trusted to understand what the director, the screenwriter, the actors, what everyone was going for, and to make all the right moments shine. Marianne Brandon has been solicited often to do this important job. She's edited films like How to Train Your Dragon and Mission Impossible 3, along with her Oscar-nominated work this year for Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and Emmy-nominated work for the TV series Alias. Now she has cut a film that depends on its editing to unravel the mystery and draw us into its futuristic world. Let's take a peek at Passengers.
We are backstage right now. Patrice Vermette. Now, you make fun of your name all the time. As soon as you walked up, you're like, I'm not a girl. I was like, yes.
I'm not a girl. I'm ready to prove it right now.
No, but we don't need to do that. We don't need to prove it because you got an award.
I did.
Like, and
it's quite amazing, actually. It's beautiful.
Now, you know? How did it feel getting that award from Amy Adams?
I think getting an award for Amy Adams, I could go on and on and on, like for hours, how beautiful she is, how great of an actress she is. But it was I was super. I'm not worthy type of thing.
See,
You know, it's just saying she's Amy Adams.
She just walked by and I was like, I am not worthy. I am not worthy. She's such a great actress. But you had great actors in it. And I mean, just the whole movie is getting so much buzz right now. How does it feel to be a part of that?
It feels great. It feels great. It was my fourth collaboration with Denis Villeneuve, who's an amazing director. He's the great captain of the ship. And it was a great challenge. It's my first science fiction movie, hopefully not my last.
What was the difference in getting prepared with production design on this one, since it's science fiction, to the other movies you've done?
Well, you spend about 2 months of being scared, and then you actually say, okay, I got to do this. So I had like 12 weeks of soft prep with Denis, and we.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Please welcome the director of Passengers, Morton Tilden.
I'll hold it. Dear Marianne, Passenger is one of the films that has a little bit of everything. It has action, mystery, romance, outer space, and as a director, you just hope, you pray that it will all come together somehow. And that's why you need an amazing, you need a talented, you need a dedicated editor that will come and make sense of it all. I am so thankful to have all of that and more in Marianne. She's a phenomenal storyteller that is relentless in her pursuit of perfection. This is someone who never gives up, and she tells me daily. What's more, she has an incredible ability to see what the movie needs and even what it is missing. Because telling a complex story like Passengers, with so much VFX, so much CGI, it is hard enough to solve a problem that you can see. Finding solution to something that is not yet there is almost superhuman. So I'm extremely lucky, unbelievably lucky, and proud to have shared this journey with her. And I'm so happy to present Marianne Brandon with the Hamilton Film Editor Award. Woo!
Thank you so much for honoring me this year with a Hamilton Behind the Camera Award. I'm very excited about it. To be honest, I'm actually really more of a behind the camera person because I'm not even there, I'm behind. So as a film editor, you all know what I do. I get a lot of film and I put it together. And the thing is, when my work gets noticed, it's actually a bad thing because I'm not supposed to be, you're not supposed to notice the editing. But I'm really glad that Hamilton did notice me. So thank you. All right, so the editing room, you know, it's the final draft of the film. It's where everything gets reworked. It's where there's nowhere else to go. So I become the director's best friend, worst enemy, critic, collaborator, rewriter, what have you. But it's where the final film gets made. And that's why I love it. And we spend a lot of time inventing. So about a year ago, I was about on my year and a half on Star Wars, and my assistant one night said to me, "So what are you going to do next?" I said, "Nothing. I'm going to rest for a really long time." And he said, "Oh, wow, I've never known you to have a rest." And I said, "Well, it would take a very special film for me to go back to work." And I said it would have to have a really interesting cast, and it would have to be a really emotional story between two people, like a love story kind of thing. And, you know, maybe it would have to be directed by the person who did, you know, like The Imitation Game or Headhunters. But that's it. And then I get this call from Ori Marmer saying, hey, would you read my script Passengers? And I said, okay. It's a love story, a moral tale about good and bad choices and so much more. It was such a great script. And I knew that it was a great script after I read it because I could picture it in my mind after just one reading, which never happens to me. I usually have a million questions. You know, what? They were going where? How? So that was one, great script. Unbelievable cast. Ori said, it's Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt, and with the added bonus of Michael Sheen and Lawrence Fishburne. And, oh, did I say Morton Tildum is directing it? You know, the director of above-mentioned films. Okay, so I found myself back in the editing room right after Star Wars opened. Absolutely exhausted. But then I saw the footage, and it was so invigorating. This film has been an amazing journey. And I cannot thank the producers, Neil Moritz and Ori Marmara. They are the nicest guys. If you ever get a chance to work with them, you should, because they are so respectful and supportive. And my crew, who, after all, really do make the film at the wee hours of the night when everyone else is asleep and all the babies are tucked in, they're still working away. Carrie, Mike, Jane, Woody, Catherine, they really make it happen. And my VFX team, Eric, Greg, Rob, and MPC, who did our visual effects, crazy as it was, they went on this wild, crazy imagination of mine to create a world that I don't think any of you have actually seen before. I'm so, so proud of this film, and I believe it will touch the hearts and minds of so many. It's funny, it's heartbreaking, it's breathtaking to look at. Thank you, Rodrigo. It's filled with tension and tears. You know, it's really what you go to the movies to see, and it's what I grew up on. It's why I love movies. I love telling stories. I am so lucky to have my job. I am so lucky to have met Morton. I am so honored by Hamilton Awards and to be in this lovely place with you all. Thank you. Thank you, Morton, for including me. Thank you all.
If we were all in a film right now, my mic would be a prop, and your chairs would be a prop, and all the awards would be a prop. Don't worry, they're real. But without all of these things, it wouldn't be clear that we're at an awards show. As property master, Craig Cheeseman's job is to make it all feel real by filling different worlds with the right props. His work always plays an important role in distinguishing who, what, when, and where, and he has done so brilliantly in the just premiered Netflix series, The Crown.
We're backstage right now at the Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards. I'm here with Mike Mills, screenwriter of 20th Century Woman, and Ewan McGregor actually gave you the award. How's that feel?
I love Ewan. We worked together in my last film, and he's just a dear friend and the most charming man on earth, so I'm in love with him.
Oh, you're in love with him now. Tell us about writing this film.
Well, it came from my real mom and my sister and other women in my life, so it came from a very real place, and I'm just really lucky that I got to make this movie and got to finish the script.
Now, what makes this script special to you among the other scripts you've written? Because I'm sure they're all like babies. You know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess because I really was raised by women, so I really was great to write a letter back to them saying, like, thanks for trying.
And how great is this that Hamilton for trying? But you came out good.
Yeah, it's okay.
You're all right. You're all right. How great is Hamilton throwing this award show for the people behind the camera?
Oh, I love it. my crew's I'm also a director, so my crew's my people, my family. I love them dearly, and watching these people get their awards, I really makes me love them very much.
All right, Mike, thank you so much. We got to go back to the stage. We are backstage right now. Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards. Congrats.
Thanks.
Here to present the Property Master Award is the Crown's own Princess Margaret, Vanessa Kirby.
When you upset kicks a bucket, just like old man moves. When you get no kicks from loving, and you blow your top instead, it's a fact that you ain't living.
Craig Cheeseman has to convey as much reality as possible with the props in the series The Crown. And this takes digging, research, and ultimate precision. A lamp isn't just a lamp anymore. It has to fit this particular Elizabethan age, in the United Kingdom, probably in a palace, and befit for a queen. His work supports the characters, the worlds of the characters, and the intricate, more personal story of how a woman must suddenly take the throne, whether she wants to or not, and redefine her familial life, her marriage, and her own identity. Ladies and gentlemen, for his superb work, I'm so honored to present the Hamilton Property Master Award to the great Craig Cheeseman.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you so much, Hamilton. I'm very honoured to receive this wonderful award. I must thank everyone from the Crown Props Department for all their skill and hard work. Also everyone at Left Bank and Netflix. And a special thank you to Celia Boback, who made my job very easy and was such a pleasure to work with. And I must thank my family. They'll never forgive me for being away all the time and never being at home. So to Nat, Sam and Tom, thank you. Thanks very much.
Well-known and trusted, often personally requested, Kenneth Walker is one of the entertainment industry's, top hairstylists, making us all look good since 1988. Kenneth's admirable career boasts of styles on shows such as Family Matters and House of Lies, and on films such as Philadelphia, The Preacher's Wife, and American Gangster, just to name a very few. Let's take a look at his latest work in the inspirational film, Loving.
I'm here with Morton and Marianne. You just won an award.
I did. I'm very excited.
Film editing for an amazing movie, Passengers. Tell us about this film and how the difficulties in editing this film.
Oh my God. Tell you about this film. Well, it's an amazing film directed by an amazing man, a visionary who's directed many great movies, and I think Passengers is going to just put him over the top.
Oh, this is a game changer.
It's a game. No, I mean he was on his game. Now he's beyond his game. No, it's a love story. It's a sci-fi film. It's funny. It's heartbreaking. It's filled with tears and tension and sci-fi and huge big visual effects and intimate tiny scenes, and it's just got everything.
Now we got to go back to the stage in 30 seconds, but I want to ask you, how was it presenting her with the award? What that mean to you?
It means a lot. Marianne has been wonderful. I've been so privileged to be with her. I mean, as director, this is a very complex movie. It's an intimate movie. It's a big movie. It's funny. It's scary. It's mysterious. It's all that. And you come back and you hope that it all makes sense. And Marianne just takes it together, and she makes it even better than I could imagine.
Look at that. See,
so I am truly in love with this woman, and she's done a wonderful job. And
we got to go back to the stage.
Okay.
To present the award for head hairstylist, please welcome to the stage Loving's writer and director, Jeff Nichols.
Good evening. When I first met
Kenneth Walker, it was to discuss hairstyles for our film Loving. And he was adamant about the fact that there had to be at least one scene of Mildred Loving in hair curlers at night. And the reason why he was so adamant about this is because that's what the women in his family did. And everybody here tonight who has helped contribute to a film knows that the work only excels when we put ourselves into it. And that's what Kenneth does. He puts himself and his life experience into the work, so that when you watch Mildred Loving go from a 19-year-old shy girl to a mother of 3 who is responsible for pursuing one of the most important civil rights court cases in our nation's history, you're actually watching a part of Kenneth Walker's life. The actors beautifully portray these people, but the whole time they're being framed by Kenneth's hair and by his life. So it gives me a lot of pleasure to award Kenneth Walker the Hamilton Award for Lead Hairstylist.
Hello, everyone. Whew, this is really something. Okay, I would love to do that. I would love to. I would love to see this prompter. Well, I'm going to just start out giving honor to God for this incredible time of my life. Thank you to the Hamilton family for introducing me and including me in this incredible event tonight. And I just want to thank all of the producers that I have worked with. Jeff Nichols is an amazing man. I don't know if you've seen any of his work, but Mud is a piece of his body of work. I've been very blessed to have come into this entire situation with all the people. Our crew was an amazing crew. We had love. I have this incredible woman over here, Julia Lawless, who was the one of the makeup artists, and she brought love to the trailer. You've worked on a lot of trailers where it's a lot of little, but this was love. It was so much love. She would make a pot of coffee that would just wear you out. It would just, and we had real coffee cups. We bought beautiful coffee cups, no styrofoam. The crew would smell the coffee. They started coming in for coffee. But we have Jeb over here, one of our producers, Ogie over here, one of our producers. We have just an incredible array of people. I was approached by Sarah Green, one of the producers of the show, and she was asking me my availability, and I was saying, well, what is the project? And she said, Loving. I said, you're talking about Richard and Mildred Loving? Don't ask me how I know that, but when I grew up, we used to sit at a table. We had a little black and white TV, and we talked about the news around the dinner table. So consequently, when I was approached with this, I said, wow, that's a hell of a movie. A hell of a script. I would love to see it anyway. And then to find out that Jeff Nichols was directing it, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. So I went to Richmond, Virginia, and had the time of my life, and people I met were just amazing. I suggest that everyone see this film. It is and will touch everyone, and because of this film, people can marry whoever they want to. It's so relevant right now in that whether you're the gay and lesbian community, this affects everyone right now today, and it's such a blessing. I look at my career and I look at where I've come from and where I'm going. I'm just beginning at 78, so it's but I look at Denzel Washington was very instrumental in my career. I worked with him for a very, very long time, and I look at Lawrence Fishburne, Bill Duke, all of the people that I came through and that taught me how to be and how to run a trailer, how to do what I do. I had a lady, Peggy Shannon, who was Betty Davis's old hairdresser. She was my mentor, and I learned, and I learned well. I had choices at that time. I could either take it, because a lot I had to take, or learn what they had to teach me, and I decided I'd learn. And I just want to thank this man for coming into my life. And I hope I stay part of his family because it is an amazing family to be a part of. Thank you all and enjoy this.
My goodness, he was the sweetest. Charlotta Bruce Christensen has masterfully been framing films and garnering awards for it since she first stepped on the cinematography scene. This talented artist is most recently responsible for the lens work on The Girl on the Train. But tonight, we are focusing our attention on Denzel Washington's Fences, which opens Christmas Day.
We're backstage right now. Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards. So much fun. Craig and Vanessa, The Crown. First of all, how's it feel to get the award from Vanessa?
Fantastic. Vanessa coming all this way. The only face I knew here. And yeah, a real honor.
I mean, there are like crazy celebs out there. And then you get the award and everybody's watching you. Is that nerve-wracking for you?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Yeah, but I got friends here, so it's
Well, you have a friend here.
Yes, a friend.
Don't try to make more friends. Do you really? So how did it feel giving him?
Oh, so proud. I mean, honestly though, I mean it from the attention to detail on the props was just insane. I mean, I had like 4 different cigarette holders and they were all so detailed. I kept trying to flash them for you, Craig. I think that's what won the award actually. I think I've done it for him, really.
What makes him so great?
Because it's across the board and it's things you take for granted as an actor. Because you come on set and you start using all these props and like, I remember these huge palace scenes. There'd be such detailed, intricate pictures of the family when we were kids, or when Margaret was a little girl, or the king when he was young, or together. And so that to be on set, it just helped so much in terms of you were completely immersed in the world. And I'm not taking it for granted anymore.
All right.
Craig Cheeseman, you're the man.
Well, there you go. We got to throw it back to the stage, but congratulations, sir. Very nice to meet you, Vanessa. All right, back to the stage.
Here to present the Hamilton Cinematography Award is the director, producer, and star of Fences, 2-time Academy Award winner, Denzel Washington.
Thank you. Can you hear me? I'm supposed to read this. It's kind of weird looking up there. But I'll say before I read it that I love Charlotta. She's very talented, very determined, very opinionated, very strong, very sweet, very kind, and very brilliant. So now I'll read it. Go back. Fences, one of the great works of Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright August Wilson, has been performed on stages all over the world, but this is the first time one of his plays has been adapted to the screen. Someone recently asked me how we approached shooting it, and the answer was, we tried to tell the truth. Every day we tried to turn on the camera and tell the truth. Keep going. That's what Charlotta does, very brilliantly, in every frame. She found that truth where it was, and beautifully shine that light on that truth. There were obstacles. We were shooting tight locations and all of that. Keep going. The house we were shooting, it was very small. Keep going. The house we were shooting, and down the bottom, it was very, very small. It was tight. We shot in practical locations, which freaked her out. But she handled it. Go ahead, I'll keep reading. That brings me to the best part, which is the truth. She's an inspiring colleague. She's a delight to work with. She's honest. She's truthful. She's strong. And I wouldn't make another picture without her. It's my honor to present the Hamilton Cinematography Award to Charlotta Bruce Christensen. My dear.
Oh
my God, what's to say? I'm crying already, and just making it up here in high heels, I think is good for cinematographers. It's a bit of a shock somehow to travel this fast from a little farm in Denmark and making small movies there, and suddenly you're invited into this amazing arena, and you get to work with some of the best actors and directors in this world. But it's just not just about that, it's also, for Fences anyway, it was also just right. So even in Denzel Washington and Viola Davis are some of the best, they were just right to perform this amazing, amazing piece of written material by August Wilson. And I think everything about the movie was about it being just right. And so was the placing the camera, telling the story. I'm losing my breath. It was about precision, and it was about staying true to, first of all, the words of August Wilson, who also wrote the screenplay, but also to Denzel's vision, because he was very honest to what it was. And I think it felt like a family. Everything felt like a family. It felt like August was there with us. I don't think there was a day without Denzel mentioning his name, and all about the truthfulness of the story. And it's a universal story. I actually have to go back to say, just this thing of creating a universal story is amazing. This film is set in the 50s in African American culture, and it takes me back to my very first meeting with Denzel, where it was like, it was so passionate. It was like 3 hours of, I can leave this, I'm not doing it anyway. 3 hours of talking about storytelling. And there was a second meeting, I remember going all the way to LA, and it was like, Denzel was saying, so I hear you're very opinionated and stubborn person, and I think I was going like, I hear that same thing about you. And I think we kind of connected there. And you know, despite the length of your resumes or all the differences that can be seen, I think we had a special connect. And this film is amazing, and I'm so honored to have been a part of it and to have been invited into this family. Thank you, Denzel, for trusting me to do this, because you are a storyteller, and I know you had huge expectations, and I, in the beginning, was thinking, how am I gonna live up to this? But with a great leader and with a great script and words that you stay true to, and not running away from what it was, staying right there, I think we made a special film. Thank you so much, and thank you to the Hamilton. Just want to say thank you to Molly Allen, Todd Black, Katia Washington, all of Paramount, to David Groupman for making an amazing set, and my whole team, and my beautiful agents who kind of put me in this express train. I hope it's a one-way ticket. I love you all. Thank you so much.
We're missing a Post-it, but I know what's up. In 1961, Hamilton Watches made its second movie appearance in a not-so-little film called Blue Hawaii. The Hamilton Ventura watch was actually created for the icon himself, Elvis Presley, and is still today one of Hamilton's most beloved and recognizable designs. This year marks the 55th anniversary of the film, so we thought we'd do something a little special. We're very happy to have Juliana Shahayed here to sing for us tonight. She is a singer-songwriter, a past American Idol contestant, and had a hit song last year with electronic producer Deckham called Rescue Me. Now here to perform her cover that went viral on YouTube with over 15 million views, here's Juliana with a tribute to Blue Hawaii, singing Elvis Presley's Can't Help Falling in Love.
backstage right now, behind the camera awards. I'm here with Kenneth and Jeffrey. First of all, you won an award for Loving. I saw the trailer today. You just told me the movie came out. It's unbelievable. I feel like it's a part of my life because I am Black and Asian, and it talks about interracial marriages.
Oh, for sure.
And give the people a little bit more about this film.
Well, first of all, it takes place in Richmond, Virginia in 1957, 58, and it's about a couple that they're madly in love. He's white, she's black, and all he wants to do is love her, and she love him. So they decide they're going to get married, and it was okay as long as they were just lovers, if you would be.
You could date, but you couldn't marry.
You could not marry. Am I correct? Correct. This is the writer and director, so he knows it all. But it's a story that is so relevant right now of what's going on. But they, in spite of it all, Bobby Kennedy gets involved in this. The ACLU gets involved in this. And then these two incredible attorneys come into play because Bobby Kennedy, he can't do it. And then you go into where it turns into just this funny, some parts of it are, the attorneys, two of them, they're kind of hilarious, but they're very serious and they know their jobs. They get it to the Supreme Court, and it's reversed, It's like, and all he's saying is, they ask, what do you want to say? Tell them, the Supreme Court, that I love my wife.
And that was the line. And that was the line I saw in the trailer. That I was like, oh, I mean, that love should conquer all. How for you, directing it? Because it was shot beautifully. Everything, like, I just saw the trailer. I can't wait to see the movie. But how tough of a mission was it for you to take this serious topic and bring it to screen?
Well, there's a responsibility that comes when you're telling a true story about true people. You want to honor them. You don't want to show them for more than what they were. You just want to show them for what they were. And in this case, these were two amazing people. But as nervous as I was, because I was born in 1978, what do I know? I have people like this that not only know it from their own life experience, but they do the homework, they do the research, and between the hair, between the production design, between the clothes and the cars, it took a lot of pressure off of me because I knew I had this support system around me that knew this life better than even I could know it.
Now, we only have 30 seconds, but in 10 seconds, tell people why they should go see this film.
They should see it because it's a real slice of life. It's really what's going on. As much as has changed, nothing has changed. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's so important. This will be a piece of history, this film. Okay. And if you miss it, you lose it.
All right, we got to go back to the stage. Hey, congratulations. So nice to meet you. I can't wait to see the movie this weekend. We are backstage, Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards. We'll be right back. We got to take you to the stage right now.
So beautiful. We've all got internal soundtracks, whether it's a melancholy melody for unrequited love or a happy little ditty because it's Taco Tuesday. You can all probably imagine what your own songs sound like. And now you want tacos. But seriously, that's what music does to us. Having composed the score for Guy and Maddie Lynn on a Park Bench and for Whiplash, which earned him a Grammy nomination, Justin Hurwitz is now sharing some pretty dreamy music with us in the score and songs for La La Land. Let's take a look and listen.
Actors are always the ones in front of the camera with the glitz and the glam, but we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the people behind the camera.
Yes, I have a film to watch, and I love it. It's just classic, beautiful work.
To be behind the scenes and to work as hard as he does, it's really nice to be able to bring attention and bring him to the forefront.
As an actor, I would be nowhere if it wasn't for directors, cinematographers, props departments, costumes.
Backstage Hamilton Awards. Oh, you got the award. How's it feel to receive this award from Denzel?
I didn't give it to her. No, first of all, she earned it.
She earned it. Yes,
yeah,
she did.
She earned it.
But I earned it with collaboration and with guidance and with the the trust to be working on a script and on a play like this, or screenplay like this, was just incredible. So, you know, I've earned it. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people earned it before me. I'm just supporting it.
Now, the movie's already getting Oscar buzz. People are already talking about it. It hasn't come out. Another one of your movies getting that Oscar buzz. How's it feel to be a part of this? Like, it's already getting buzz.
Well, August Wilson wrote a masterpiece. And, you know, the saying, if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. So it started with the material. This is one of the great plays, and now screenplays, and screenplays of all time. So there was a pressure to try to interpret that, to tell the truth, to stay out of the way. And it's just a blessing and an honor to get to share his greatness with the world.
Well, I can't wait to see the movie Fences. We're going to take it back to the stage. Hey, congratulations. Thank you so much. We are live behind the scenes. Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards. Back to the stage.
Hello. I'm so honored to be a part of this film, La La Land. And I'm telling you, this movie would not be the movie that it is without the music. Justin Hurwitz musically fuses the nostalgic glamour of old Hollywood with the hope we all still feel today in trying to live out our dreams. His music heightens those fantastical, indescribable emotions we've all had in falling in love. He's crafted something timeless, yet in the moment. Basically, it's magic. Only Justin could do what he did with this movie, which is why we're honoring him tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hamilton Composers Award goes to Justin Hurwitz.
I like how many shots they put in that reel showing that I know Ryan Gosling. He's really cool. Thank you, John. Thanks, Hamilton. This is the first time I've been recognized for composing in any way, which is cool. It's weird that the movie doesn't come out for a month and nobody here has really seen it yet. That's fine. I'll take it. I do love awards. I think we can be more honest about how much we enjoy getting awards. You know, we get asked things like, "So, are you looking forward to award season?" And we say, "No, I mean, God, no, it's not about. We're just showing the movie. We're just showing the movie because we're proud of it and we love it." And that's all true. But I mean, we try really hard to win awards. Let's be honest about that. You know, a lot of us came with like 6 people tonight who are just around to help us win more awards. It's all good. I think we just, have to keep in mind what awards really are, and this is hardly like an original observation, but they're obviously not about who's better than anybody else. And this award in particular, it doesn't pit anybody against anybody else, but they're just like a way people say, "Good job, we like what you do." And I think that's important because none of us think we're doing a good job. I think we're all desperately insecure as we're making our music or, lighting our scenes or, whatever it is we do. I think we assume that we're doing a terrible job all the time. I know I do. So it's nice when, people say, "Hey, good job. We like what you do. Here's a trophy." So, this is very much appreciated. Thank you.
Hail Caesar is the 13th straight time the Coen brothers have called upon Mary Zofries as their film's costume designer. Translation, she is good. I mean, she's done Fargo, The Big Lebowski, and No Country for Old Men with them. And we all remember the iconic designs from her work on the Farrelly Brothers' Dumb and Dumber. She's also done several films with some guy named Spielberg. And she just, did I mention, designed La La Land for Damien Chazelle, which we now know is stunning. She is clearly in high demand, So let's take a brilliant look at her lovely work in Hail Caesar.
I mean, we may tell her.
Actors are always the ones in front of the camera with the glitz and the glam. But, you know, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the people behind the camera.
Yes, I have a Hamilton watch, and I love it. It's just classic, beautiful watch.
To be behind the scenes and to work as hard as he does, it's really nice to be able to bring attention and bring him to the forefront.
As an actor, I would be nowhere if it wasn't for directors, cinematographers, props departments, costumes, music. Those are all the pieces that kind of come together to make any production. So to be here honoring those people is very special for me.
Hamilton has done something that most corporations don't do. Most corporations are interested in greed. What Hamilton decided to do was to take some degree of corporate responsibility and actually give something back on their own. And I am very grateful to them for honoring the people who never get honored, while we get showered with too many honors, quite frankly.
I'm delighted to be here tonight to thank the people who make our jobs fun to do.
At Hamilton, we develop our watches with the same passion as the
To
movie.
present the Costume Design Award for Hamilton tonight, please welcome back to the stage the dashing John Legend.
Now I can personally attest to the fact that Mary Zofries' costume design always emanates perfection, no matter what film she's working on. Now we worked together on a little film called La La Land, and it gave me the opportunity to experience her genius up close. Her contribution to the visual of that film and to my ability to slip into character was enormous. As it pertains to Hail Caesar, the zaniness and inventiveness of that script provided a broad platform for her to work with, and she couldn't have nailed it more. From her fun-filled costumes inspired by ancient Roman statues to a glamorous beaded mermaid and the perfect uniform for a dancing sailor. She is the one that ties it all together, making us believe what we're seeing. Please give it up for the Hamilton Award honoree for costume design, Mary Zofries.
Hi, everyone. I've been doing this for such a long time, but I have never given a speech. And my heart is like pumping out of my chest. Okay. Anyway, I want to thank the Hamilton Awards for presenting these to the below-the-line people. It means so much to me, to Justin, to the production designers, the hairstylists, the makeup artists, even though they're not here tonight, which maybe next year. Anyway, we should rewind a little bit because I did write something. So I wanted to thank Hamilton, and I also wanted to thank Joel and Ethan for writing such a lovely script for me to design. It was an absolute delight. And I would also like to thank Universal and Working Title for supporting Hail Caesar. I want to thank our wonderful cast, for George Clooney for agreeing to wear bare legs for his entire 21 days of shoot, to Josh Brolin, who agreed to perm his hair for the whole movie, and to Scarlett Johansson, who swam with a 30-pound costume and a fishtail. Thank you to my outstanding crew. Some of you are here tonight. I could not have carried out this film's vision without you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to my agent, Wayne Fitterman, who is also here. I would like to thank the whole crew, the cast that I did not mention, and I would like to also thank my husband Murray and my son Frank, who make it all worthwhile. And if I've forgotten anything, I'm really sorry. But thank you so much. It's such an honor to receive this, and I'm sorry I'm all quavery, but it's my first time. You were so good. How did you do it? Damn. Okay, thank you.
A producer gets stuff done. And Darren Aronofsky has gotten stuff done on award-winning films like The Wrestler, The Fighter, Noah, and Black Swan. As head of the production company Protozoa Pictures, he's slowing down no time soon. One of his latest producing projects caught a lot of attention when it made its world premiere at the Venice Film Festival. Here's a clip from Jackie.
Passion as the movie creators. And our goal is the same, it's to inspire the audience.
Anne Hathaway, along with Ryan Phillippe and Evan Rachel Wood, were among the presenters at Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards.
Wir berichten heute in einer Sonderausgabe vom Behind the Camera Awards.
Prestigioso Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards di Los Angeles.
An editor sees a filmmaker at his or her worst, the most raw, flawed, misguided, and I want to thank Mary Jo and Marianne for seeing me at my worst, again and again, for years and not giving up.
That's why I got in the movie business. It's about teamwork, and Faden gets that, and he's the best I've ever worked with.
Donald's work not only made it believable, but it deepened the film. He achieved bringing whatever it was everyone had in their minds to life. I'm deeply moved to be a part of this beautiful adaptation of the beloved Broadway musical.
We're super honored to be here tonight to give Bennett this award.
He is one of a kind, he is a true visionary, and we couldn't be happier to be here tonight.
Thank Hamilton, and thank you all for having an award that takes a minute to recognize the kinds of contributions that actually get the films done. Thank you.
So you got the big award tonight, presented by, look at this, tell everybody what it's for.
It's for the costume design of Hail Caesar.
Now, John Legend gave you the award.
Yes.
Tell us why.
He gave me the award because all of the lead actors on Hail Caesar were busy tonight. They did send notes or emails or texts of, I'm so sorry I can't be there, but literally, like, every single one of them was busy. And so John, was in La La Land, which I also designed, that's coming out this year, agreed to give me the award, and it was a very nice gesture on his part, and I love John, and yeah, he is the best. And no, it was an honor, and thank God he did it, because like, you know.
What was the tougher movie?
I would have been like, I don't know who would have given it to me.
What was the tougher movie for you, Hail Caesar or La La Land?
Oh, they were both challenging in their own ways, just different. I mean, every movie is a bit of a challenge. It's just, Hail Caesar was longer. We had a little bit more time, but proportionately it was a bigger film, so you had to accomplish, like, there was never a rest, in the same way that La La Land was never a rest. It was crazy busy all the time. The funny thing is that when I finished Hail Caesar, which was the best job I ever had, and I had so much fun designing it, and it was excruciatingly hard. Excruciating is the wrong word. It was just really hard. We worked our butts off every day. When I finished that film, I thought, oh my God, I'm never going to have a movie that's this much fun to design. And 4 months later, I got hired to do La La Land, which was also an awesome movie to design. So I'm a lucky costume designer, and I know that. And I'm also thankful to the Hamilton Awards for remembering Hail Caesar, because it was released back in February. And I so appreciate them. And I should have said this in my speech, and I just like effed up. But anyway, it's hugely important for them for them to remember way back in February that this movie was released, and to pick out of all of the films they could have honored this year to choose Hail Caesar, and it means a lot to me. And it's just exciting. It's exciting to be here.
All right, well, congratulations. And thank you so much. We're going to throw it back to the stage right now.
Thank you.
The cast, which is often overlooked in these things. And so I guess in that spirit, I'll accept this for Pablo Larraín's crew, which really, truly executed his singular vision in making Jackie. Thank you, guys.
He's already an award-winning poet, a novelist, and an essayist. With a couple of other feature scripts under his belt, he's coming full force with his latest screenplay, Lion, a true story based on the book A Long Way Home by Saru Brierley. Take a look.
Let's start with where you're from.
Actors are always the ones in front of the camera with the glitz and the glam, but we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the people behind the camera.
Yes, I have a Hamilton watch, and I love it. It's just classic, beautiful watch.
To be behind the scenes.
All right, Justin, how did it feel getting the award, composer for La La Land, from John Legend?
It was cool. I've been a fan of his, his singing and his work for a long time. So to have somebody like that, give me a music award is pretty cool.
Now, you have a lot of big actors in this movie that can actually sing. How tough was it for you to compose this movie?
It took a long time. I think it's tougher, getting all the melodies right for Damien, the director, and then, orchestrating it all. Working with the actors was easy. They're so musical to begin with and work so hard. And we're so collaborative in terms of, sharing what, they thought, some of the songs needed emotionally and whatnot.
What was the biggest challenge walking in to this movie for you personally? Because I know you've done other movies as well.
Biggest challenge for this, just doing service to what was in the script. Damien Chazelle wrote the script, and he sort of slugged into the script the moments where there would be songs or dance numbers or other musical sequences, and being able to sort of understand the emotion that he was going for and give him that musically. That's the biggest challenge because it's his vision, it's his story.
All right, well, congratulations, sir. We got to take it back to the stage.
Thank you.
We are backstage at the Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards.
Hey guys, hello. Wow, are you seeing double right now? It's crazy, huh? All right, where am I looking? I wrote this on my phone, actually, so. Okay, up there. Okay, here we go. I'm terrible at this, so brace yourselves. Writing is never easy. I can tell you from my meager attempts to write this speech, we don't all have the gift. But those who are blessed with the skill hold so much power in their fingertips. What we do at its core is to explore what it's like to be human. And I believe to be a great writer, you need to be a curious soul who understands that life boils down to the tiniest of moments. It takes someone with life experience and attention to detail, and most of all, a love of humanity to write a script like Lion. Luke Davies is that man who makes you appreciate those powerful nuances in life. His writing felt like a beautiful piece of music. It stirred my soul. And as each word would pass through my teary eyes, it would create a tiny explosion in my brain. I went to bed that night praying that one day those words would pass my lips. Luke writes with a richness which makes the simplest of moments so profound. There is a moment where Saru, this guy, finally gets to eat a jalebi, which is an Indian sweet. He always wished to try as a poor child. Luke painted such a vivid picture I could almost taste the sugar in my mouth. I could feel the weight of its memories coursing through my veins. But I owe so much to these two men. This one standing here for, being a total inspiration and the reason why we're all here. And for Luke, wherever you are, I can't see you, for doing complete justice to his journey. Also, I bumped into Luke at Whole Foods when I was auditioning for the role, and I was so bloody nervous, and he gave me his vote of confidence, and that meant the world. So thank you, Luke, wherever you are. Go for it. Sorry.
Thanks, Dave. So eloquently spoken there. Luke Davies, he's done such a sensational job in writing the script to Lion. The first time I read it with my mother, I read it first, and I was just so captivated, so enthralled by the way that it's been written. And then Mum read it, and she read it to the point that she forgot to feed the dog. And that's how intense she was into it, and we both were. But going through the process of writing the script and helping Luke right from inception of being in India to going on the train journey, Luke and I, to Calcutta, to Australia, and meeting all the people that were part of the whole journey. Luke's just gone down to the molecular level of getting this story right and perfectly, and also asking for our thumbs up on it as well. My mum, my dad, and myself. So there couldn't have been a better person out there really to write this script. And meeting Luke for the first time, I just knew we had a connection. And every time we talked about these stages and phases of my life, my memoir, he totally understood it. And the people that are involved, like Rooney Mara, Dev Patel, and Nicole Kidman, and Sonny Paul as Little Me, they've just done such an amazing job. Everyone in this movie collectively are so amazing in the ways that they're so charismatic, full of effervescence and vitality. I'm honoured to Luke Davies. I'm honoured to present Luke Davies with the Breakthrough Screenwriters Award of his work on Lion.
Thanks, guys. I've written novels that are shorter than that. Thank you, Hamilton. I am honoured to win this award, and I'm doubly honoured to have it presented to me by Saru Briley, on whose incredible true life story this film is based, and by Dev Patel, who gives an intensely beautiful portrayal of that true life journey. Other than Dev and Saru, I'd like to thank the other amazing cast members, including Nicole Kidman and Rooney Mara, and little Sonny Paul, who is compelling and haunting as the 5-year-old Saru. Seesaw Films and the Weinsteins for supporting me right through the screenwriting process. And most of all to Garth Davis, the director, a radiant man who we all love deeply, who can't be here tonight. Garth has made a really pure fable about the power of memory and the power of hope and the healing power of maternal love. And we hope that when you see it, you feel something of that love and that hope too. Thanks.
Medicine for Melancholy was praised as one of the best films of 2009 by the New York Times. That was the first feature film directed by Barry Jenkins. The New York Times then went on to name him one of the 20 directors to watch in world cinema. Moonlight, his second feature, which he also wrote, is being hailed as profound, groundbreaking, and not to be missed. Join me in watching a bit of Barry Jenkins directing in Moonlight.
Actors are always the ones in front of the camera with the glitz and the glam, but you know, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the people behind the camera.
Yes, I have a Hamilton watch, and I love it. It's just classic, beautiful watch.
To be behind the scenes and to work as hard as he does, it's really nice to be able to bring attention and bring him to the forefront.
As an actor, I would be nowhere if it wasn't for directors, cinematographers, props departments, costumes, music. Those are all the pieces that kind of come together to make any production. So to be here honoring those people is very special for me.
Hamilton has done something that most corporations don't do. Most corporations are interested in greed. What Hamilton decided to do is to take some degree of corporate responsibility and actually give something back on their own. And I am very grateful to them for honoring the people who never get honored, while we get showered with too many honors, quite frankly.
I'm delighted to be here tonight to thank the people who make our jobs fun to do.
At Hamilton, we develop our watches with the same passion as the movie creators. And our goal is the same, it's to inspire the audience.
Anne Hathaway, along with Ryan Phillippe and Evan Rachel Wood, were among the presenters at Hamilton's Behind the Camera Awards.
Presenting the Breakthrough Director Awards is one of the stars of Moonlight, Mahershala Ali.
Good evening. Barry Jenkins reminds us of the power we all have in this industry. The power to awaken us with human connection in a time when it is so vitally important to practice compassion and empathy. His staggering vision for Moonlight poetically evokes themes of family, friendship, love, and identity as it chronicles the life of a young black man struggling to find his place in a complex world. Barry Jenkins, I'm grateful to be a part of this. Thank you, brother, for giving us this cinematic masterpiece. It is my honor to name you as the recipient of the Hamilton Breakthrough Director Award.
Thank you. Thank you, bruh. People who where I'm from don't win things, so we don't get up on stages like this. So to watch that clip and get up here afterwards, I'm kind of shaking on the inside a little bit. I want to thank LA Confidential Magazine, Exchange LA, and of course Hamilton Watches for the honor of getting up on a stage like this. I actually live right next door, so it's almost like I'm in my shower right now talking to all you people. Medicine for Melancholy happened in 2008, 2009. It's been 8 years since I've done anything. And when you go 8 years without doing things, it takes a lot of people behind the camera, also in front of the camera, my friend, but it takes a lot of people behind the camera to get you to the point where you are doing things again. So I would be remiss to not thank my producer who started this thing, Dela Romansky, without whom I would not have made this film. And also our supporters, Plan B and A24, 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 A24. I say that many times because I was dead in the water. You know, I was not somebody who people wanted to help make a film, and A24 did not finance films at the time that I put this script on their desk. It's a challenging film, it's told in an unorthodox manner, and they never blinked. And despite the fact that I was someone who was from some place that we don't often hear stories from, they never told me how to tell that story. They just encouraged me to put my voice into it. So I can't thank y'all enough, especially you, my friend, Noah Sacco. I can't thank y'all enough, and thank you to Hamilton. Not too bad. I appreciate it.
Whether you're 2 or 102, animation has evolved into a mode of entertainment for everyone. And Illumination Entertainment's founder and CEO, Chris Meledandri, has been a key player in the genre's stunning transformation in the past 2 decades. The Academy Award nominee is not only one of the industry's leading producers of all audience event films, he is also responsible for such hugely successful films as those in the Despicable Me, Ice Age, and animated Dr. Seuss franchises. This holiday season, you'll understand why Sing has been called, quote, a game changer, underscoring why company founder Chris Meledandri is the hottest name in animation today.
We're live backstage with the breakthrough screenwriter right here. How's it feel, Luke, to be honored to receive this award from these two guys over here, Dev and Saru?
Feels incredible because the story begins with this Saru as a 5-year-old and ends with Dev's beautiful portrayal of him in the movie, and it feels like a really good full circle.
And what was so special about this project for you?
just the chance to tell an extremely pure fable about maternal love and hope and persistence. It's a very simple story, very mythic.
And what makes Luke so great for you guys? You go.
He's just a beautiful human being, and he writes with such a eloquence and beauty and profoundness. It's an honor to be here for him.
Thank you.
I'm just so humbled that this story is out on the screen, and Luke has just done a great job. So captivating, so enthralling to the audience from flesh to mind.
Thanks for living the story.
Now we have 25 seconds, so in 10 seconds, tell everybody why they should, what's great about Lion and when it comes out, why people should see it.
You should see Lion because you will have a good cry and you need a good cry.
Everybody needs a good cry. Real quick, why do you think so? What do you guys? You got 5 seconds.
Hey, look, this is an amazing man. It's an anthem of humanity and love and mothers and sons and all sorts of things. Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, we got to go live back to the stage, back to Bellamy Young. Thank you, guys. Congrats, Luke. Breakthrough. Mr. Breakthrough right here.
Here to present the Animated Film Award to Chris Melandandri is the voice of Buster Moon himself, Academy Award winner Matthew McConaughey.
Good evening. Thank you. This is a film that I'm happy to say, which a word I very seldom use, is quite unanimous. Not many things are. This film is, in my mind. As Chris, director Garth Jennings, and I shaped the character of Buster Moon, we always came back to the fact that as the producer of the show and Sing, Buster is the ultimate creator. And that's how I've always seen Chris. He has this singular vision and passion to make people see what they never could in themselves and transport audiences into Illumination's world of heart and humor. He willed Garth's vision into the extraordinary film that you are going to get to experience this holiday season. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to present the Hamilton Animated Film Award to my good friend Chris Melandandri.
Thank you, Matthew, and thank you for an amazing performance in Sing. Your performance is soulful, it's charming, it's utterly distinctive, and it is the centerpiece of this film. I want to thank Hamilton. I want to thank LA Confidential. I want to thank you for the award, and I also want to thank you for the support of the art and craft of filmmaking. I accept this award on behalf of our visionary writer-director, Garth Jennings, my exceptional producing partner, Janet Healy, and the extraordinary team that made this film. Yesterday, I watched a film made in 1947 that detailed how Hamilton watches are made. The film proudly declared that the excellence in Hamilton was able to achieve was directly attributed to the hundreds of people who worked collaboratively for over a year on every watch. The watch factory was described as a magic land of Lilliput, where little things make a vitally big difference. Our studio at Illumination may not be Lilliputian in scale, but it is unquestionably a magic land where tiny, nuanced choices made by hundreds of brilliantly talented artists come together in the most collaborative of all mediums to create excellence and wonder. It is their work that we honor tonight. Thank you very much.
Robert McKenzie's award-winning soundscapes began influencing the film community over 15 years ago, starting in Australia and reaching globally. His dozens of film credits more recently include Animal Kingdom and Lion. Andy Wright, also based in Australia, has experience in every element of sound post-production, both in TV and film. From sound editing James Cameron's Deep Sea Challenge to ADR on the Lord of the Rings trilogy, he's consistently acknowledged by his peers. And Kevin O'Connell, the leader of the sound team, has a record 20 Oscar nominations for Best Sound. He also served as the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences Board of Governors for 9 years. His career began at the tender age of 19, and he received his first on-screen credit on Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. He has since mixed over 200 feature films in his career, including, tuck in, because this is amazing, Terms of Endearment, Poltergeist, Gremlins, Top Gun, Days of Thunder, A Few Good Men, Armageddon, Pearl Harbor, Spider-Man, The Passion of the Christ, Apocalypto, and Transformers. He is currently working on the sci-fi love story Passengers. These three experts combined forces on the highly anticipated and just released Hacksaw Ridge. Listen to what they did together.
So this movie's getting tons of buzz. Moonlight, we are backstage right now. Hamilton Awards. Barry Jenkins, breakthrough director. How's it feel to be the breakthrough director and getting all this?
It feels good, man. It feels good. And also, every time the movie or me or Mahershala or anybody gets something positive going, it just means somebody else is more likely to hear about the film. So yeah.
I don't know this guy. Mahershala. I've never seen him in my life in no projects. I don't know what's going on. What makes Barry so good at what he does?
Oh man, first of all, his energy. Every day was a good day on set with him. No matter what was going on, no matter if we thought we had 6 hours to shoot a scene and it turned into an hour and a half because of the weather, that he kept his energy up and positive. He just knows how to run a set. He's a terrific leader. He knows how to tweak scenes and fill them with nuance. And also, on top of being a terrific director, he's also a really great writer. So I think we had the best of both worlds. And yeah.
All right, we got 15 seconds. 5 seconds. Tell people why they should go see Moonlight.
Because I think it's a movie made with love and passion and empathy, and I think I see those things in the world, and I see them when the audiences see the film.
All right, thank you so much. Congratulations. We're going to throw it back to the stage right now.
And please welcome the director of Hacksaw Ridge, two-time Academy Award winner, Mel Gibson.
Man, those stairs are treacherous. Yeah, Desmond Doss was a man who believed that war was justified, but did not believe in taking another's life. He was the only American soldier in World War II to never fire a single shot or to even carry a gun, and yet somehow managed to save 75 men on the battlefield and win the Medal of Honor. What we hear is just as important as what we see in the extraordinary true story of Hacksaw Ridge. In the midst of the booming sounds of war, we need to hear one man not engaging in attack the same way everyone else does. I'd like to thank Andy Wright, Kevin O'Connell, and Robert McKenzie for beautifully crafting the soundscape of this very important story and present to them the Hamilton Award for sound mixing. While Andy and Robert couldn't be here tonight, Kevin will be accepting on behalf of them all. Please give these genius guys a huge round of applause. Kevin, where are you? There.
Thank you. I'll bet you were expecting a much older guy. I'd like to thank the fine folks at Hamilton Watches for honoring myself, Rob, and Andy tonight with this award. It's always exciting when I get to work on a Mel Gibson award, a Mel Gibson show, whether we're crucifying Jesus and nailing him to a cross, chopping the heads off of innocent villagers and rolling it down the stairs of a Mayan temple, or in this case, French frying Japanese soldiers until they're a golden brown. It's always a thrill working with Mel. You know, Mel puts his heart and soul into everything he does, and in one of the scenes in Hacksaw Ridge, there's a moment after the first battle where Andy and Luke Bracey are stuck in a foxhole at nighttime. It's really quiet, and suddenly they're surprised by a Japanese soldier. And the idea was to shock the audience when the Japanese soldier pops his head over the berm. We couldn't quite come up with the right sound in either sound effects or in music. So we looked to Mel, and Mel looks at us and says, "I'll give it a try." So we said, okay. So we ran the film for Mel, and just as the Japanese soldier popped his head up over the berm, Mel goes, "Well, trust me, we put that sound into 56 speakers around the room, and when we played it, it scared the shit out of all of us, too." There's one more little anecdotal thing I'd like to share with you guys. And for those of you who may be unfamiliar with what sound mixing and sound editing for motion pictures is, and in Hacksaw Ridge, the battle scenes, 90% of the production track was unusable. With the exception of only some of the dialogue, every single sound in those battle scenes have been stripped out and replaced. The reason for this is that the guns are actually movie props. They sound more like cap guns, and the explosions sound more like firecrackers. They're designed to look cool, but they really don't sound cool. Every single gunshot, explosion, ricochet, flamethrower, battleship cannon, and every single footstep has been replaced with period-correct, authentic recordings and then carefully stitched into place into the fabric of the soundtrack by the talented men and women of the sound team. If they've done their job right, you should feel like you're right there in the battlefield with those soldiers. I'd like to thank Tommy McCarthy, my good friend Dan Sharp, and the entire gang at Sony Studios for all of their support, and a special thanks to all of the folks down at Sound Firm in Australia. To my co-workers Rob and Andy, who used every creative bone in their bodies to help you feel like you are right there on that battlefield in Okinawa. To Bill Mechanic and David Permit, thank you for your tireless effort to bring the story of Desmond Doss to the big screen. And to Mel, thank you for inviting me back to work with you once again on this incredible film. That would not have been so incredible without your efforts. You are truly one of the greatest storytellers of our time, and this movie is a testament to your strength, your willpower, and your conviction. To my two sons, Cooper and Casey, thank you for being so understanding when Daddy has to work so many late nights and weekends. And a special thank you to my lovely wife, Heather, for managing all the madness of our lives and being so supportive of me in my career. Thank you all very much.
Just one of those crazy flings, one of those bells that now and then ring. Just one of those things. It was just one of those nights.
Well, thank you all for being such a wonderful audience. I hope you had a beautiful night. And thank you to everyone at Hamilton. It's been an absolute joy to be here to celebrate these incredible honorees with you. To kick off the after party featuring DJ Politic, I am thrilled to introduce a special performance which includes music inspired from some of this year's award-winning films, as well as sound bites from the movie Interstellar, in which Hamilton watches happen to play an important role. Please welcome MTV's America's Best Dance Crew champions, the Poriotics.
All right, I'm so excited about this next film we're about to talk about, Sing. I saw the trailer today, so excited at the movie theater, and Matthew McConaughey presented you the award for it. How's it feel to receive this award tonight?
Well, it feels fantastic, and I accept it on behalf of our amazing writer-director Garth Jennings and my producer Janet Healy, and the literally hundreds of people who work for 3 years making this film.
And how do you feel giving this award to Chris?
This is my second animated film that I've been a part of. And so I came in and I didn't know what the rules were, but I came in with an imagination. It was a koala bear salesman trying to save the theater, all right? Well, I ran with that. I looked around at my kids who are 8, 6, and 3. I listened to things that they loved when they watched films, animated or not.
And I came in and I tried some things, and fortunately on our first session, you liked somewhat what I was doing, and Garth liked somewhat what I was doing, so we were off to the races.
Is there anything you did they didn't like?
Oh, there's probably a whole lot I did they didn't like, but they didn't tell me on the day.
We don't tell them that.
It may not be in the film, but I did it. That's the fun thing about this. What are you wasting? Tape. If you do something they don't like, you're just wasting tape.
Does it make you want to do more animated films since your kids can actually watch these films now?
Yeah, for many reasons, not just for my kids, but I mean, I'm reminded when I had kids and also doing an animated film, our job as an actor, even if it's dramatic actor, all right, in an R-rated family flick, our job is to play make-believe, and if we do it well, we make you believe. Well, going back to animated is just, I got to imagination quicker than with live-action films, and I actually want to do that sooner with live-action films that I'm in.
Well, tell me what makes this man right here, you're standing by with the award, so special. Tell me.
Listen, number one, listen to the quiet humility of all the people that he works with. But there's someone at the top of the vortex that's leading the charge and has put these people together. And we've been over there to his place. It's obviously obvious that the people that are there love working there. It's obvious that they have great creative ideas. They're making animated films that are, one, yes, funny, kid-friendly, but also a heck of a message down under there that my wife drew a tear watching this film. You know, I did. I have moments where I well up. You know, now is that the kid in me or is that the kid in all of us? Whichever, who cares? It's something that it's not. It doesn't pander to an adult, but yet it's still where the youth of the world can sit there and go, I love that.
Now, Chris, for the people that don't know about Sing Yet, tell everybody what the movie's about.
Well, the movie is about Matthew's character, Buster Moon, who comes up with this idea that he thinks is absolutely brilliant, which is to save his theater, because he owns a theater. He's going to stage the most magnificent singing competition, local and live. And through the movie, we actually, what's at the heart of this film is really the story of about 6, 7 characters who come together surrounding Matthew, who is the impresario in Buster Moon. And really, each one in their own way learns to overcome fear.
Now, did Matthew do any singing in the movie? Did he try to carry any tunes in the movie?
He managed to, you know, I have to say that when we started, the character of Buster Moon wasn't singing. He was the impresario. He was the director. He was the producer of this entire undertaking. But Matthew was determined to find a way to sing. So we've got 65 songs in this movie, from Sinatra to Drake to Katy Perry. And then we got this guy.
And what song did you
snuck
sing?
it in there?
Which one did you
I'm actually, as the impresario, I'm teaching someone.
Oh, yes.
And
Okay.
what is it, Carly Jepsen?
Call Me Maybe.
Call Me Maybe. It's a different version, but it's in there.
How did it come out after you heard it to yourself?
How did it come out to my ears? I was kind of surprised it sounded as good as it did. Maybe that was my ears.
He's teaching it to the character of Ash, who's voiced by Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, wow.
And I think you were good, but when I think she was better.
No, I was just teeing her up. That's all.
Yeah,
Okay,
you did
she
a
was
good
much
job
better.
teaching.
All right. Well, congratulations, man. Thank you for your time, Matthew. I really appreciate it. Y'all take care. That's it from Backstage Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards. We will see you next year. It's been awesome. Thank you for all watching our Facebook feed, the YouTube feed. Hamilton, make sure you keep going to the website. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Later.
Actors are always the ones in front of the camera with the glitz and the glam. But, you know, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the people behind the camera.
Yes, I have a Hamilton watch, and I love it. It's just classic, beautiful watch.
To be behind the scenes and to work as hard as he does, it's really nice to be able to bring attention and bring him to the forefront
As an actor, I would be nowhere if it wasn't for directors, cinematographers, props departments, costumes, music. Those are all the pieces that kind of come together to make any production. So to be here honoring those people is very special for me.
Hamilton has done something that most corporations don't do. Most corporations are interested in greed. What Hamilton decided to do was to take some degree of corporate responsibility and actually give something back on their own. And I am very grateful to them for honoring the people who never get honored, while we get showered with too many honors, quite frankly.
I'm delighted to be here tonight to thank the people who make our jobs fun to do.
At Hamilton, we develop our watches with the same passion as the movie creators. And our goal is the same, it's to inspire the audience.
Anne Hathaway, along with Ryan Phillippe and Evan Rachel Wood, were among the presenters at Hamilton's Behind the Camera Awards.
Wir berichten heute in einer Sonderausgabe vom Behind the Camera Awards.
Prestigioso Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards di Los Angeles.
An editor sees a filmmaker at his or her worst, the most raw, flawed, misguided, and I want to thank Mary Jo and Marianne for seeing me at my worst, again and again, for years and not giving up.
That's why I got in the movie business. It's about teamwork, and Faden gets that, and he's the best I've ever worked with.
Donald's work not only made it believable, but it deepened the film. He achieved bringing whatever it was everyone had in their minds to life. I'm deeply moved to be a part of this beautiful adaptation of the beloved Broadway musical.
We're super honored to be here tonight to give Bennett this award.
He is one of a kind, he is a true visionary, and we couldn't be happier to be here tonight.
Thank Hamilton, and thank you all for having an award that takes a minute to recognize the kinds of contributions that actually get the films done. Thank you.